All right. Hey guys. So I get asked a lot how to blend two pictures really well together. And so I'm going to show you guys this little trick. It's using the layer mask. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this little iguana an eagle's beak, right? So I'm going to take this iguana and I'm going to go File, Place Embedded, and I'm going to bring in my eagle portrait, right? So now I have two pictures, one in front of the other. So now on the eagle portrait, I'm going to hit Select Subject. I'm going to let it kind of do its thing. It's going to find it. If I need to tweak it, I can use the lasso tools and change some things around on it. And just for the sake of time, it looks pretty good. And I'm going to clip it and give it a mask. Now, if you notice right here, you'll see two colors, black and white. Those correspond to right here. And what we want is we want the black to be in the front, because when we paint black, you lose parts of the picture. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of size this up, change it around, kind of line it up, and I'm actually going to turn down the opacity so I can see through it. And what I'm trying to do right now is I'm just trying to get this beak to line up with the iguana in a fairly decent way to where I like how it looks. And we'll go about right here, and we'll call that good. So now I'm going to turn the opacity back up, and I'm going to click Done. Now the whole thing with that black and white is, notice I have the black color, and you can just hit the letter D to reset everything and then switch it to black. And then you grab your brush, turn the hardness all the way down. You can even turn the opacity down and up and down with that. But watch, when you start painting with black, I'll turn the opacity up. When you start painting with black on the mask, you start covering up the things that you've masked. And so now I'm using the color black, and I'm going to change my brush size up so I can kind of speed this up. I'm going to change it down, and this is where that opacity starts to come in. Now when I get to this point, I'm going to kind of start playing around with that hardness and opacity to get a little bit finer. I'm going to change my sizes, and I'm kind of clicking a little bit more often. And as you can see, I'm slowly masking it away. So that's how you use the brush tool with the layer mask to kind of hide or blend a little bit better some images so they don't look so extremely photoshopped. Now I'm going to show it to another way. I'm going to pause the video and get it ready. Okay, so now I'm going to take this horse and I'm going to put an eagle's head on it, right? Kind of the same way. So I'm going to select the subject, let it do its thing here. For the most part, I'm looking for this white. And I like how that looks. I'm going to clip it with the layer mask. And now I'm going to position the head where I want it. I'm going to change down the opacity so I can kind of see through it. And I'm going to start tweaking it a little bit. I'm going to start positioning it on this horse in the spots I wish for it to be. And of course, I'm going to go do a couple other things afterwards. And then when I got kind of where I like it, I'm going to change that opacity back up. Now, making sure I'm right here on the layer mask, and I'm using my color black. Remember, you can hit D to reset that and then flip it to the black. I'm now going to brush on my mask the color black. And I'm going to start blending this in to look like it's a little bit more naturally happening. I feel like my opacity is a little low on this one. And then of course I can then click on the picture and I can edit, transform, and warp it. Yeah, maybe a little bit later. I'll show you guys that. But basically, if you use that color black, make sure you're on the layer mask. You use that color black, you can start kind of blending it in. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide that horse's head using the clone stamp tool. Go here. I'll steal from here, and I'm going to kind of use the background to try to hide it. And so now when I bring it back, I have a little bit more right in here. And now I have a horse with an eagle for a head, and it's blended a little bit better. So, thanks.